Hello friends, it's the Rocky Mountain Crafter here with you today. This is the Lush Garden kit by Altenew, and there's a stamp set, which is a very large 6x8 stamp set, and an embossing folder, which gives this beautiful 3D impression of a flower bouquet. There is this pamphlet that shows all the different components that come in the kit and some easy ideas that you can make with it. There's coordinating dies. And there is stencils. There's a stencil that's called a simple coloring and layering stencil, and then there's a set of 3 stencils, and it is called the same thing, but you can work these stencils together and have a layered effect for the stamps and the embossing folder. And so this kit is just, everything coordinates and goes together, and it just makes really easy stamping or layering the stencils or embossing or die cutting. Everything, it just is made to work together. So today I'm using this 3D embossing folder, and off camera I cut out this card base, and this will be my front panel, and I embossed it. I meant to do it on camera, but something happened, and I'm not tech savvy and I accidentally deleted my video and couldn't find it again later. So anyways, that part of the video got cut out, but it was just simply running it through my die cut machine, and that was that. So just from doing that, it made this beautiful embossed image. And here I'm just layering the first stencil on there of the set of 3. Now I have a beautiful color palette that I'm using today. I chose some real bright colors, and I want to sort of do a rainbow effect. And this card just has a real bright bouquet flowery feel to it in the end. So here I have my first set of colors that I'm using, and these inks are by Catherine Pooler. And if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen me use these before. You know that I just love these ink pads, and they come in a variety of colors, many colors, and they're just really easy to use. So here I'm just starting on the flower in the bottom left in a pink hue, and I'm just trying to go through the rainbow. And so the next flower, I have kind of this pinkish orange, almost coral sort of color to it. And then this third flower, the set of 3 flowers, is in oranges. And I just go through and I do that. Then I have yellow and blue and purple. There's even teal in there, and I'm trying to pick colors that aren't going to conflict with the greens that I pick for the greenery. So here's the beautiful blue. In my mind, these are hydrangeas, and I know that they come in blue. And so I just picked a beautiful bright blue color. Now I pull that guide. You can see that guide that I've laid down on my Misty there. Oh, that's the other thing too that I did. Okay, first the guide, because without the guide there, it's hard to see where the greenery is versus where the flowers are, but the guide shows you everything, so it makes it very clear. So another thing I did that you can see me doing here is I lined it all up in my Misty. I put the magnets on it, and then it doesn't move. You don't have to fuss around with tape and tape it down. It just all lines up very nicely in the Misty because it is only 6x6. So that's a bonus of this set. So I'm on to the second layer here, and I'm just, again, aligning it in the Misty best I can, putting the magnets onto it, getting it all held down into place properly. And here I've chosen a second set of colors because I do want the layering effect to be in different colors so that it really shows. So what I've done here is I've just laid my second choices on top of my first and made sure that they matched up the color. And I think I did that fairly well. I think those colors I chose really worked good. So here I just go in again with the pink, and this piece has some greenery on it. So I just wanted to start picking my green colors. And again, getting the guide, just deciding which parts were flowers and which parts were greenery, as I did before, which the guide makes it very easy to decipher what is what. going in with my second color of the blues for the hydrangeas. Is that how they say it? Hydrangeas? Not sure. And this is starting to really come along very nicely, and these colors are just so vibrant. They're so saturated, such beautiful, gorgeous, bright hues of color. And so I'm just lining up the third stencil. So these parts here you don't line up. These you line up separately. Anything that's blocked off like that, you line up separately after. So here I'm lining up the big portion of this stencil. You can see where this big portion is not blocked off. There's the three little portions that are blocked off. Those lines are separating them. And then this big portion. So the big portion, it does coordinate with the whole big flower bouquet that we have here. And the little ones you put on afterwards, but not each individually, I guess you could say. So you have to do those other three parts individually after. You'll see what I mean. Anyways, here I'm just finishing off the greenery that's left and some more of that blue, just making sure that I'm not mixing up what should be blue and what should be green. Making sure that I have all the little bits done. I don't want to leave anything and have to go back to it later. So then here's one of the little bits here. So this lines up with the big central flower. And I just want to be making sure that I'm doing this in another color of yellow, although I don't think it really shows too much the different definition in yellow that I'm using. I probably could have done darker colors and still kept the brightness of the card. That pink flower, you can see the different colors in that pink flower, and you can see the difference in the blue. I don't see much difference in the green or the purple. And so then I decide I'm going to cut the panel down. I'm happy with how this looks now. So I'm going to cut the panel down. I really want to get rid of a lot of the white edge on there. And I'm just eyeing it out. Whatever I feel looks good. And I feel like this side needs even more taken off. I really want to just get rid of a lot of that white. So I cannot believe how much color this card has. It just pops. And I find that when you put something onto a background of black, when it has this much color to it, that it makes it pop even more. The contrast of the black with the bright, vibrant color. And so that's what I did there. Now here I have some sentiments. And these sentiments came in a Simon Says stamp kit called, just grabbing the kit here so I can tell you the name. It was Rainbows. It was a rainbow kit last spring that came out, and it had, I don't remember what exactly the title of it was, but these came in it. So it had all things about colorful in it because it came with a rainbow kit. So this sentiment here was most appropriate for this card. You add color to my life. And so there, I'm just cutting it down to size. And I wanted to get real close to the letters. I wanted the sentiment to be able to show off as much flowers as possible. So I needed it to be really skinny in order to accomplish that. And then here I'm just putting some foam tape on the sentiment so that it pops up a little bit. And just placing it on my card in a place where it's not going to cover up too much of the flowers. It's okay if it covers the greenery a little bit, but I really wanted the flower bouquet to come through. And here I'm just cutting that black background piece. And this is not going to be my card base. I'm going to adhere it to a white card base afterwards. So here I am just doing the black piece and getting my ATG gun for my adhesive and putting it down onto the black, making sure that it's centered on all four sides. And then I do the same for the white. Now I really go quickly here through this because we just went through it with the black, and I just wanted to show you guys quickly how I do this with just sizing it up based on the size of the card. It's not your standard card size, and this is how I do it. I just eye it out and cut with my little guillotine cutter right at my desk. And there, now I have it onto the background card base, which is the white. And then I decide that I'm going to need some bling on it. And sometimes what I'm showing you is that I'm just using the back of an ink pad, literally, to hold, it has an indent in the back of it. And sometimes I just use that to hold my bling instead of having an extra tray or something. And once I get the bling all placed where I want to, that was the Rainbow Holographic Mix by Simon Says Stamp. And this glue actually also came in a Simon Says Stamp kit. This is Craft Tacky Glue, and it dries clear, and it's wonderful. So a lot of the supplies that I use, they do come in kits. And anyways, this is the final card that I have, and I think it turned out wonderful. I thank you guys so much for watching my video today. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, or all three. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.